And now Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, Chairman. It's a terrific honor and joy to join Senator Reid in introducing Judge Melissa DuBose and to welcome to the Judiciary Committee not only Judge DuBose, but her partner, Amy, their sons, Cameron and Wyatt, her sister, Dion, and her niece, Hannah. You often hear me talk about how important honest courtrooms are to our system of government. An honest courtroom protects people's rights, maintains order, and holds wrongdoers to account, all without fear or favor. There's no better way to ensure Rhode Islanders can walk into an honest courtroom than to confirm a judge like Melissa DuBose, whose professional experience, intellect, integrity, and grit will make her an exemplary federal judge. A native Rhode Islander, Judge DuBose has served on the Rhode Island District Court since 2019, where she oversees a heavy and fast-paced docket of criminal and civil matters. Before that, she spent nearly 10 years in-house as corporate counsel at Schneider Electric, a Fortune 500 company, where she handled complex, high-stakes issue of federal law and compliance. She began her legal career as a prosecutor with the Rhode Island Attorney General's office, where she spent significant time in the courtroom on a daily basis. This is all pretty impressive, but it's even more so when you consider how Judge DuBose got here. She began as a night student at Roger Williams Law School while working full-time as a history teacher in the Providence public schools. Judge DuBose, your former students will be very proud. I'm not the only one who believes Judge DuBose is eminently qualified for the federal bench. The professionals who know her best agree. That's why she's received an outpouring of support from virtually every element of the Rhode Island legal community, from law enforcement to public defenders, and from every level of the Rhode Island judiciary. In a small state like Rhode Island, Mr. Chairman, we know each other, and the legal community is small and particularly well knows each other. And the outpouring of support Senator Reid and I have had for our selection of Judge DuBose to nominate for this position has been really remarkable. The Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association laud Judge DuBose's exemplary and wide-ranging record of public service and reputation for being forthright and committed to ensuring that all are afforded due process. They note, as Senator Reid mentioned, that she's passionate about wanting Rhode Islanders to have trust in the legal system, a value that all members of law enforcement share. Prosecutors in the Rhode Island Attorney General's office, led by Attorney General Peter Nerona, former United States Attorney, say they are impressed by Melissa DuBose's commitment to seek justice in all cases assigned and her appreciation for the day-to-day and institutional challenges faced by law enforcement. They appreciate her practical approach to problem solving, her easy accessibility, and her innate mindfulness as to the human, real-life consequences of her decisions. The Rhode Island Public Defender's Office also praises Judge DuBose for her wealth of legal experience, strong legal background, and integrity, humility, and grace. The Rhode Island Supreme Court reports that Judge DuBose has the qualities that are critically important to becoming an outstanding member of the federal bench: experience, education, integrity, judicial temperament, and commitment to public service. We received letters echoing the sentiment from every other level of the state judiciary, and without burdening everybody with my remarks while we're trying to get to the panel, let me just ask unanimous consent that all those letters be put into the record of this hearing.
Without objection.
At the end of the day, the most important expressions of confidence in Judge DuBose came from the colleagues who she will join if confirmed. A letter to this committee signed by all members of our United States District Court states, Melissa's integrity is beyond reproach, her professional competence is varied and deep, and her judicial temperament is exemplary. Everyone on our court is pleased at the possibility of welcoming Judge DuBose to the federal court if she is fortunate enough to be confirmed by the Senate. As I said, we know each other in Rhode Island, and when the judges of our district court offer that thought, it is significant. They conclude thus: Melissa is a daughter of Providence. She grew up here, worked here, studied here, brought up her family here, lawyered here, and now judges here. Melissa is an outstanding choice to join the federal branch, supremely qualified. Her ethics are impeccable. Her temperament is judicious. And I'll just add in closing, it is no wonder, given this warm welcome, that upon his decision to assume senior status, a decision which created this vacancy, the federal judge whose seat Judge DuBose has been nominated to fill actually encouraged her to apply. I really can't think of a better endorsement than that, and I'm delighted, Mr. Chairman, that Ms. DuBose is our recommended nominee and was recommended by President Biden, and we look forward to seeing her through to a safe confirmation.